Everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen up your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity, then you could generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically, set attention to your mind, and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So I'm going to talk on opening the third eye chakra, opening the mind, and why you need to open up the mind or the third eye chakra in order to be able to perceive something more than the physical. Okay, so let's get right into this. So, opening the mind is very, very, very important in one's life, because if you do not open your mind, you are pretty much stuck in a. You're very much stuck in a very closed life. Okay, and by this, I mean that your perception of life with a closed mind is very, 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 very minute. Okay, because you aren't able to actually perceive all that there is to be experienced or perceived. With an open third eye, you're going to be able to experience a lot more of the electromagnetic spectrum. Whereas when you don't have the mind open, you aren't able to perceive things that are literally all around you. Okay, so very, very a very good example of this is there's so many different invisible forces in the world, right? These are intangible, or these are invisible. You cannot see them with the naked eyes, with your physical eyes, but you're able to see them with the mind. Okay, this is an example of when you're opening your mind, you're able to perceive some stuff, or you're able to perceive things which aren't going to be able to be perceived with the physical eyes. Okay, so if you take magnets, right, you can if you take magnets and you put them at the opposite ends, you have the repulsion, right? The repulsion force that's kind of repelling them. Now you can look at this, but you can't actually see the waves. You can kind of see something, but for the most part, it's an intangible force, right? But it's there because of other senses, right? So it's through the mind that you're able to know that there is something else there, but you can't really see it with the two eyes. So when you start to open up the mind, or the third eye chakra right here, the brow, you're going to open up a lot of intangible force that is unable to be seen by the senses, okay, by the five senses. So, and this is very simple. Some people will probably start seeing ghosts, if they open up their third eye. Some people will be able to converse with the gods, or or be able to get direction from gods. It can be anything. It can be literally anything that takes place when you start to open the third eye, because you're opening up more of the electromagnetic spectrum. This is visible light. Um, with the five senses, we're only able to perceive 1% of it or less, right? So we're not able to actually see anything with the five senses. So when we start to open up the sixth sense, corresponding to the sixth chakra, we are able to open up that 1% to much more. And we are literally able to start seeing things which have been hidden from us, you know. And it's a knowledge, it's a knowing. You start coming into knowing, because this is also what the third eye corresponds to: knowledge, knowing. I know. And then once you start to continuously know, you start coming into understanding it. This is corresponding to the crown chakra, okay, which is going to open up much more of the electromagnetic spectrum and what is able to be experienced and perceived. But you want to open up your mind, because if you have a closed mind to life, it makes it very, very hard to perceive what needs to be perceived in one's life in order to continue evolving and to accelerate their own evolutionary path. You know, you would need to open up your mind in order to continue evolving. Okay. Um, so another example I want to say would be, if you start opening up the mind, the third eye, you're gonna be able to start. You're gonna start seeing auras more. You know, it's very common. You're going to be able to start seeing people's electromagnetic field more often, and this is very much needed, because if you're unable to see an electromagnetic field, it makes it hard to really know in accuracy um, what is going on between peoples, and your relationship with the universe kind of is at a lesser state when you aren't really able to see the various different relationships on a auric level, you know, taking place. Okay, which most people can't really see the aura anyway, uh, unless you're like doing a practitioner that is going to allow you to, you know, which you can do. But the third eye, you can open it very, very simply by meditating. Okay, you can even eat foods that are going to correspond to the third eye. Okay, so the color is indigo. You can eat indigo colored foods, you know, or like dark blue foods, blueberries, things like this, or like blackberries even, I think will correspond to the third eye chakra. uh I know you can take yourself psychedelics. You know, most people do this too. Some of these psychedelics are good at momentuming the energy up into the higher chakras, so you're then able to open up and have mystical or transcendental experiences. You know, let's say Blue Lotus is a good one for the third eye, because the Blue Lotus is very, very near the color indigo, you know, so it's good at allowing you to see the aura, healing the aura, lucid dreaming, whatnot, you know. uh, Practicing lucid dreaming is also a very good way to exercise the third eye or open up the third eye, because if you have an open third eye, you're going to be able to start lucid dreaming more often. Okay, so this is also what you want, because you need to know about the various different dimensions. Okay, especially when you're going to sleep, because you um, as you go into the astral, you got to understand exactly what it is, and this is going to take an open mind, you know, in order to be able to, in order to be able to understand it, and only in understanding it are you going to be able to come to really be able to exist in the astral. Okay, uh, consciously, which is what you want, because this is an evolution, right? To be able to consciously exist in the astral realm, it takes an understanding, and you need to know it before you're able to actually understand it in depth, right? So the most simple method to be able to open the third eye is meditation. Okay, only because this is probably the most safest. It's just going to take a little bit longer. You know, LSD. People take LSD, and it is going to bring you into the third eye. You know, it'll open up your mind most definitely. So it's a good method as well. You know, mushrooms, DMT, ayahuasca. All of these are good methods, but meditation is probably the safest, and it is probably the cheapest as well, because it's free, and you can probably go deeper into it with simple meditation, you know, if you do it enough. So it's all up to you, whatever you're comfortable with, you know. You can do whatever you feel is going to open up your mind to whatever extent that you need it to be opened, okay, which is the fullest, okay. But that's going to be it for today's video. That's all I really want to talk about: opening up the mind, the third eye chakra, the ajna chakra. Remember, you can do it through foods. There's so many different methods. You can do it through foods. You can take substances. You can meditate, practice lucid dreaming. You can even do specific exercises, you know, that's gonna specific workouts that's gonna allow you to open up the mind as well. There's so many different methods, but whatever works best for you, find it and follow through with it, and open the mind as much as you can to the greatest extent, because it is most definitely needed to further your evolution as an individual, which is then going to help the collective. Okay, that's going to be it for today's video. Once again, I do thank everybody for watching. Peace out. One love. Have a great evening.